I'm pleased to be here today and to commend UNESCO and the Government of France for convening this critical meeting at a pivotal moment for education. In 2020, economies came to a standstill because of COVID, but educational progress has not just stalled, but gone into reverse, so that we not only have an economic and health crisis, we also have an education crisis. Pre-pandemic, the world was already facing a dire learning problem. The average time a young person was at school was not 11 years, from 5 to 16, but just 7.9 years. Now it is 6.9 years, a falling level of school attendance that will, it is estimated, cost the world 16 billion in lost lifetime earnings. The term lost generation is widely used when displaced young people bear the brunt of civil wars and conflict, as is the case in Syria, Yemen, Myanmar, Somalia, Ethiopia, and now Afghanistan, where education cannot wait is working. But today, the term lost generation resonates worldwide, as more than 1.6 billion children in 188 countries who were deprived of months of schooling now struggle to catch up. And these losses could permanently scar this generation. And yet at a time when we need to do more, education is being given less, and donor and domestic budgets are sadly being reduced. Yet education, we know, is one of the smartest investments a country can make. It unlocks stronger economies, healthy and resilient communities, gender equalities, more just societies. And as the Futures of Education report highlights, education is also the foundation for peace as well as for sustainable development. So we support the call in the report for a new social contract to repair injustices while transforming the future, where the right to education is ensured and education is treated as it should be, as a public good. Now, if building back better is to happen quickly or at all, we need to think outside the box. We need to stimulate a step change in investment. As set out in the Paris Declaration for the meeting today, I encourage every member here to invest more in education and to do so domestically and internationally, and to champion the policy measures that accelerate progress to SDG 4 in 2030. Countries must prioritize education expenditure as a vital component in pandemic recovery efforts. We must grow public revenues wherever possible and use them for education. Target public expenditure on those left furthest behind and ask donors to support this. Countries must target education as an investment and not simply as consumption. Additional public finance can be harnessed through action on debt relief, humanitarian assistance to help the refugees and displaced students, by using special drawing rights from the IMF, and by stalling illicit financial flows. And we must continue to reach for aid to get to 0.7% of donor GNP for international aid generally. And we must also adopt innovative approaches to education financing that make aid go further and leverage up more money, as proposed in the International Finance Facility for Education. Coordination and collaboration among donors has never been more important. On behalf of the co-chairs of the Global Education Forum, we look forward to more multilateral approaches to funding global education. For education, let us remind ourselves, is about hope for the future. Hope dies when a young person cannot plan and prepare for their future and is unable to dream of a better life. But hope can come alive when young people have given the chance to bridge the gap between who they are and what they have it in themselves to become through study at school and college. We must work together as a global community to ensure that within this decade, we honor our promise to be the first generation in history where every single child has the opportunity to go to school and learn. And where instead of developing only some of the potential of some young people in some of the world's countries, we develop all the potential of all young people everywhere. Thank you.